So I am going to be doing eyebrows with you today with Avon, and I want to show you my favourite products, and I have 4 of them to show you. So obviously I'm not naturally ginger, but I do dye my hair ginger. Those of you who have seen the hair dye video will see. But I do like to have that sort of ginger auburn feel. So I do have quite weird eyebrows because I'm not really a brown and I'm not really a blonde eyebrow category, so I don't really mix in very well. The brown's too dark and the blonde's a little bit too light. But I do have 3 auburn products from Avon that work amazing for me, and one that I do actually have in the light brown shade, which works for me. So I'll show you them all. So on my supernatural days, I do like to use this product. Don't know whether you can see that very well. This is a new Transforming Brow Filler. This is really unique. I haven't tried anything like this, even when I was at beauty school. So look at this. This tip is like a little comb for your eyebrows. And if you twist this bottom, you see that the serum comes up. And what you're going to do is just brush that through your brow, and it's designed to like make it look filled out. It's really natural looking. So as you can see, there's like actually, try to show you, little brow fibers in here, which is just great. If you've got really thin brows, it is the product for you. Just shape that out a little bit. And there we are. That is my natural brow, quite sparse across the top, as you can see. And this is with the brow filler. So if you're going for a natural day, excuse me, if you're going for a natural makeup or no makeup day kind of look, I would definitely go for this if you have a colour that works for you, just because it's so natural. So natural. I love the way that it looks. So in comparison to this one, I'm going to do my next most natural look, which is this one here. This is the Avon Mark Perfect Styling Brow Duo. I love this one. All of these products are so cheap apart from the new one. The new one's slightly more expensive than the others, but way more affordable than if you were doing any other sort of makeup brand really. And this is in shade Auburn. And as you can see, it comes with a little brush that's got 2 ends and setting wax, which as you can see for me is very well used because I do like a very well set brow. So I do run out of that quite easily. That is my only bugbear with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a spoolie and I'm going to brush it out. And if you haven't really done brows before, this is just a great way to do brows. I'm just going to show you really how to do your brows. So brush it out to the shape that you want. And I quite like this sort of slightly more angular shape for myself. And I use a bigger brush for my eyebrows just because it's actually an angled eyeliner brush because it's thinner. Just because I like to have something to hold on to a bit more. And just going to bring it into the powder here like this. Just brush it in a bit till you get some on the tip there. And we are literally just going to do small sweeps within the area that you have spoolied. And this just gives you a really natural finish. Obviously, as you can see, it's way more filled than the other side is. The brush it comes with is really good as well though. So now that I've got my powder on there, I really want it to look natural and blended. So I'm just going to rub it with this spoolie, just lightly. You don't want it too much. And there we are. Just push that back. That is a really natural brow. So this is a super natural brow that is going to just fill in those blank areas with some hairs. It takes a while to set. That is my only bugbear with it. And obviously it's a little bit more expensive. And this is the powder. So these are great for natural. Now, if you are using powder, you can really easily build up that look. You can just keep going and keep applying and it's not a softer look. But it's not the easiest way to get a more defined brow look. So what I'm going to do is going to take these eyebrows off now. There we are. It's all off. As you can see, I go quite red. I'm very touch red. And I'm going to show you this one first. This is the MARC Perfect Brow Creme Gel Pot in Auburn. And this is just lovely. I've had this for months and I've still only used a tiny bit out the top. And this just reminds me of college. When I did beauty, all the girls were using the Anastasia Dip Brow, and they do have an Auburn one, it's just not that nice, so I always ended up using the blonde actually. And I just prefer this because this is, I think it's only £4, so it's a lot cheaper. So I'm just going to brush my brow through like that. And again, I'm going to go in with this one, and this is actually an angled eyeliner brush. I prefer it to an actual brow brush because you can buy angled brow brushes, simply because it's just a little bit thinner, so it's a little better. So when you're trying to get this onto your brush, you want to go straight like that and also slightly coat the sides as well, because what you're trying to do with this is almost mimic hairs. Okay, so we're going to do some short fine lines here. It is slightly more tricky. If you get it wrong you will notice, but just see that movement that I'm doing with my hand. And if you've got a little bit coming over the sides of your hairline that you don't want, just blend it and just do a little bit more than you'd want on the front, which may seem weird because you end up with this look, which is like a really, really bold brow. And we are going for bold brows, but this is the clever trick when you're using ones like this, is you get your spoolie and you sideways rub. You rub like this, just short movements, and that softens out the front so much. And then just comb it through to make sure all the hair is going in the same way and that any excess has come straight off. And that is a lovely defined brow. And that's just a way to, if you want a bold brow, because this is definitely a lot bolder than this. So this is a natural brow, and this is that brow. It's way more defined. It's what most people will go for, but it's just slightly softer. It's not as angular, because there's nothing worse than angular front of your brow and things like that, because it just isn't a natural look. And so finally, the last brow that I'm going to do is possibly one of the quickest ways to do your brow. So every day I do use the powder, but if I'm after something quick and easy, I will use this little bad boy, and this is the MARC Perfect Brow Sculpting Pencil in Auburn. This is great. So this is one of these pencils that you never need a sharpener for, because what you do is just like using a glimmer stick, is you twist it up to what you need, and you just get this almost like a flat line. And again, this is to mimic that of a pencil, really, to mimic that of a pencil or a hair. So first thing you're going to do again, and it's what you do really when you're doing anything with your brows, is spoolie it. Definitely brush the brow out just because it really gets that shape just right. So we're just going to brush this to the right way that we want, like that. And I'm going to come in, as you can see, I'm doing exactly how I would with the pot, but it's instantly a lot darker. Okay, so it's not like you can control the pigment like you can with the gel pot. It's just basically a few glides. Build it up at the front again. Okay, there we are. And that is a clear defined brow before I brush it out. Get my spoolie again and brush the front. Brush it round. And there we go. That is my pencil brow. So that is, there we are. That is 4 different Avon eyebrow products here. They are all super cheap. These are all under £10 apart from this one. I think this one's £9 or £10. So they're super affordable as well. So if you want to try any of them, pop over to the store and have a look. I'll try link it below for you, or let me know which one's your favourite, and if you try this, let me know how it works for you. This is just the easiest way that I found to do brows, and when I was training I found easier than some of the ways they taught us. So I hope it's helped you. Bye bye.